Welcome. I'd like to introduce you to a simple classroom workflow on iPads that I've been very pleased with. This paperless method goes from teacher to student and back again using two apps in particular. One is the free app called Showbie, and you will also need an app which can annotate or overwrite PDF files, and one of my favorites is PDF Expert, although there are many others, including the less expensive New Annotate. These iPad apps are available in the App Store. After downloading the apps, you'll want to point your browser at showbie.com. That's S-H-O-W-B-I-E, showbie.com. There you can create a new account and also view their excellent video tutorials. If you are the first in your school that is interested in using Showbie, I would also encourage you to scroll down to the bottom of that same page where you can click on Schools and Districts to sign your school up for a school-wide and still free Showbie account. As you can see, teachers that sign up individually are somewhat limited in the number of assignments and the size of the files that they can upload, whereas if you apply to Showbie School, you get an unlimited number of assignments with larger file sizes allowed. As soon as you sign up, you'll be wanting to create your first new class, and Showbie will then give you a 6-digit access code that you will need to give to your students. Now let's say that I've been emailed a PDF file as part of my grade 5 math assessment, and now I want to open that attachment. When I do, I see a thumbnail image of the attachment, but I'll need to click on the Action button in the upper right corner of the screen. It looks like a box with an arrow. And you're now given the option to open this PDF file in another application. In this case, I want to choose Open in Showbie. When I do, and because I have already created a folder to contain my math assessment, I click on Add File to add that PDF file to my math assessment folder. From the student's perspective, once they sign in and enter the 6-digit code that I've provided them, they would then be enrolled in my class with no need for an email to sign up. If they look in the assignment folder for my class, they would then click on the Grade 5 Math Overview assignment. In this case, the student would see a list of assignments. And starting right at the top, they would need to click on the first one, page 1. The student then sees a thumbnail of that assignment, but they're going to choose to open that assignment using the Action button. Here, they're choosing to use Open in PDF Expert so they can complete the assignment. Across the top, there are several selections to choose from, including the Annotations tool, which we will start with here. Depending on the kind of assignment this is, students can choose a variety of markup tools to answer the questions. In this case, they're asked to circle the correct answer, so they would choose the Circle tool. Then they would choose a color of ink to their liking. And let's assume that they have answered a couple of questions, but they are now required to bring this session to a close. Accordingly, they will then choose the Action button in the upper right corner. This offers several choices again, but they will choose the one on the bottom, Open in. Next, they'll need to choose a flattened copy, so their annotations and the original both get sent to Showbie. In my case, as you can see at the bottom of this sheet, there are several pages of selections, and I need to scroll to my second page in order to find Open in Showbie. Now that I'm on my second page, I can choose that app, and the student's partially completed assignment is then seamlessly sent directly back into their own folder. No other navigation is required other than to simply click on the Add File button. If you look closely, you can see the original assignment, and just above that, with the paperclip, is the document that the student has just sent back, confirming that the file has been placed in the assignment folder. Now let's look at it from the teacher's perspective. On my iPad, I would launch the Showbie app and click Sign In. Then I choose my class and the assignment. As you can see, there is already one assignment that has been sent in for my approval. When I click on the Grade 5 Math Overview assignment, I see down at the bottom of the list, a student has sent me one file for me to view. And when I click on that student's assignment folder, I see at the top of the list their original assignment and the file that they want me to view. When I click on that file, I get a thumbnail within Showbie, but now I want to give feedback to that student. So I'm going to open this file in PDF Expert. By choosing a different colored pen, I can easily mark their assignment. Or, by choosing one of the stamps, I can indicate if perhaps it was a writing selection, and now that writing selection I might stamp it as approved or incomplete, or perhaps a draft. Or I could choose the text tool, where I can type directly on top of the student's file. When I'm finished providing feedback, I can then send that file easily back to the student. That is accomplished, of course, by choosing the Action button, and then again selecting Open In. Again, I would want to choose the so-called flattened copy to send, as this locks in my annotations to the student's files. I then choose, of course, to open in Showbie. Now, my file with feedback is easily added to the student's assignment folder by simply clicking on the blue button, Add File. You can see the progression at the top from the original assignment to the assignment with the paperclip, indicating the student has completed or partially completed the assignment, to the assignment with a circle in the symbol, indicating that feedback from the teacher has been given. I've been pleased with this digital workflow from teacher to student and back again, and to summarize, these are the advantages as I see them. First, there's an easy digital workflow from student to teacher. There's no need to navigate to a particular student's folder each time an assignment is returned to the student. Instead, Showbie keeps track of where the assignment came from and puts it directly back in that same student's folder. Easy on the teacher, easy on the student. Incidentally, no student can see any other student's files. Second, this is a paperless system. This replaces the paper version of an assignment being handed out, completed by the student, marked by the teacher, and the pages given back to the student. It also gives students the opportunity to complete their assignments from any internet-connected browser at home or at school. Assignments are given due dates, and when students have completed their assignments, they are automatically date-stamped. So, no more missing pages. Third, no student email is required. This is particularly important when your students are under the age of 13. Indeed, even quite young primary students can learn the process quite readily. Please do contact me if you have questions or would like to provide feedback or suggestions. Good luck in your implementation of a digital workflow on the iPad that meets your needs and the needs of your students and your school.